Nigerian journalist Tobi Oyetunde is on Skype from Lagos to tell us a bit more. Thanks so much indeed for joining us and welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
All right, what do we know today about the search for these 300 schoolboys?
And at this moment, the Nigerian military has come out to say they know the exact location of these schoolboys. And people have been asking, if you know the exact location, why not moving to carry out a rescue operation and retrieve these students from the insurgents who we don't want to call Boko Haram, because the military are saying it is not Boko Haram, but bandits, a group of local bandits that have been terrorizing the state, that's Katsina state. So at this moment, that's the update we have from the military saying they cannot pinpoint the location of the children, the school children.
All right, so 300 school kids. How can 300 children go missing and intelligence don't know that this is likely to happen and that it happens and they disappear? How vast is this area, and is this a failing on Nigerian intelligence?
In the space of this administration, this is the second mass abduction that will be happening. We saw the one that happened in Dapchi, Borno State, where over 200 school children were abducted and moved successfully. And after negotiation, these Boko Haram members by themselves returned the school children. It is not as if these school children were rescued by the government, no, but they were negotiated and the Boko Haram took them away and returned them in broad daylight. And when this happened, it all points down to one thing: the lack of political will on the part of the government to rescue these children and to safeguard the lives of the people generally. Just 2 weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago, we saw a situation where Boko Haram slaughtered over 40 farmers. And the citizens of this community said they knew about this and they informed the military, but nothing was done even hours after the operation was done, before the military presence could be seen in the community. So it all boils down to lack of political will on the part of the government and the military to put an end to the activities of these insurgent groups, or bandits as we may call them, in Nigeria.
There's some reports that as many as 17 schoolboys may have been rescued. Have you heard anything to that effect?
The word is not rescued, actually. If any of the schoolboys left the captivity of the terrorist group, they escaped. We saw one that came home in 2 days now. So he said he escaped, not that they were rescued by the military or anybody. So we can only confirm 1 or 2, but not up to 17 that escaped from the claws of this organization.
Was this before they were taken to the second location, or they escaped whilst the raid was happening at the school?
So what happened was that while the raid was happening, some were able to escape the initial abduction. So, and while they were moving to their location, I think 1 or 2 of the schoolboys was also able to outsmart these kidnappers and escape from their claws. So that's the 2 sets of escapees that we have while the bandits was happening, because the children said they had to scale the fence of the school for them to escape the abduction. And while one of them who escaped while they were moving them to the location said he had to hide behind a tree and crawl away from the gardens where they told them to gather. He had to crawl away from there and find his way back to his community.
How likely is it that it is Boko Haram? What do we know about this audio tape? Because it does change the game quite a bit, doesn't it, if it is Boko Haram and they're all the way out in Katsina?
We still can't verify the credibility of the audio that we have outside by Abubakar Shekau claiming the Boko Haram are in custody of the school children, because what we know of Boko Haram is that they operate mainly at the northeastern part of the country, and security experts are saying for Boko Haram to move from northeast to northwest to carry out that mass abduction will be logistically impossible. So we still can't verify whether it is Boko Haram that kidnapped the children or it is local bandits that kidnap the children. However, this Boko Haram have splinter cells in northeast and northwest that they carry out their nefarious activities. So we still can't rule out the possibility that it is Boko Haram, even though the credibility of the audio is yet to be ascertained. The governor of the state, Katsina State, Aminu Masari, is saying it is not Boko Haram, but local bandits that they know, because they've been able to establish contact with the bandits, and they say it is definitely not Boko Haram, but local bandits.
So these abductions, to what end? If it is Boko Haram, why do they abduct? What do they hope to gain from these abductions? And if it's bandits, is this money?
Well, in the past 4 years, 2016 and 2020, Nigerian government has spent over $11 million to rescue victims of kidnapping or abduction, the case may be. And we won't know, at this moment, we still can't ascertain the purpose of this action. And the security experts said if it is Boko Haram don't kidnap, don't carry out operation to make money, primarily to make money. No. Boko Haram carry out operation to kill their victims, as we have seen the case of AIDS workers of AIDS companies in Nigeria, like Hunger for AIDS and Amnesty International, and some of these AIDS companies working in Borno and northeastern part of the country, where their workers were kidnapped by Boko Haram. They were slaughtered. And contrary to that, if it is local bandits kidnapped or carry out their operation to negotiate and get money from the government. So we have to know who exactly carried out the operation before we can say this is why the operation was done. So we still can't figure out, if we can't figure out who carried out the operation, we can't primarily say this is what they are looking for, this is their target.
What has the president said about this? Because security has been one of the biggest issues for any presidential candidate, and he made promises for his re-election. What has he said about this latest abduction?
Well, the Nigerian president, as many will say, has been incompetent to a very large extent, and more of not ready to speak with its citizens. The last time we had our president talk with the people was, I think, March, during the heat of the COVID-19, that the people had to train the hashtag Buhari speak before we could hear the president speak. And since then, the president has not had any discussion with the people. What we see are his media aides speaking on his behalf through press statements and interviews. So, however, they are all presidency, and whatever his media aides said, we believe they are speaking for the president. And as of now, what the presidency is saying is they know the location of the school children, and they are working to ensure the freedom of these children, even though we are yet to see this being done. From the information we have in Katsina, people are now working as vigilante group, that the citizens of the community, they no more trust the government, they no more trust the military to safeguard them. They now work as vigilante groups to ensure their safety. And what we gather is that some of these parents of these children now keep vigil in the school, and they've said they won't leave the school until their children have returned.
All right, that's where we'll leave it. Thanks so much indeed for that update and your insights on this situation that continues to develop. Thank you so much indeed, Tobi.
Thank you for having me once again. It's my pleasure.
Okay. All right, that's Nigerian journalist Tobi Oyetunde speaking to us there from Nigeria about those 300 schoolboys that have been abducted. Boko Haram, the militant group, says that they've taken them, but at this stage, that's yet to be verified. And the authorities suggesting that they know the location of the abducted children and they're working to try and secure their release. We'll keep a tab of that story for you.